guys, Rex here. We're sitting here and we got Mr. Eduardo on the phone. I don't know if you remember the interview we did with Eduardo back in Spain, but he's got some classes going on, and I just thought that we'd like to share a little bit about what your classes consist of, and that's at the Steyr Academy, right, Eduardo?
Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Rex, for the introduction. Actually, we have a very nice personal training. It's only very small number of students, only maximum of 7 students, and I managed to start the academy with the help of Steyr. We've been very good in partnering with this because we both wanted an upscale type of training, and we are focused on teaching the Steyr customers how to get the most from their rifles and their equipment. But it's been proving that some of the guys that come, they don't have a Steyr, and it's a perfect opportunity to get a rental. The Steyr, an SSGO8, a Pro Hunter, an SSGO4 for a very low fee, and use it and learn how good it shoots. Get all the experience of the quality that Steyr gets into their own rifles, and then most of them after the course they buy it. So I'm happy that the courses are up to the standards I always wanted to have on a course, and Steyr is very happy because we are doing promotion of their rifles on the best way they can be with hands-on shooting, and everybody's happy with it, and actually very good courses.
Are these guys going to be kind of laying on the ground, or is this kind of a bench rest course, or what's your style of shooting you teach at this course?
No, I'm not a bench rest guy. I'm a prone guy. So basically, they can, if they want to shoot bench, we shoot we have the 600-yard course. Yes, we call the Steyr Precision Rifle 1, which is up to 600 yards, and they normally I try to get them shooting prone. Some of the guys they prefer to shoot on the bench. But we shoot in Talladega. You know the Talladega CMP range, which is very nice.
Beautiful place, yeah.
Yeah, it's a fantastic place. It's absolutely world class. And I try to promote prone shooting, because if they just want to have the experience of learning how to do ballistics and learning how to do cold bore hits at 600. They can do it to anything. Like on the bench, that's not a problem. But
yep.
if they want to learn to shoot prone and try to get advancing their own fundamentals and everything, then they need to go prone. So I promote the prone. Some do it, some don't. But in the end, it's for me the Precision Rifle 1 it's a step towards the long range course, which is the 2. We will have the first one. It's been taking a long time to find the right range in the Alabama area, because there are not many 1 mile ranges in the area. But
yep.
We are very happy that now we have one range, and we're going to start offering the SPR2, which is up to 1,200 yards right now, and maybe a mile next year.
Fantastic. So people are probably going to be curious what kind, besides a Steyr rifle, if they don't have a Steyr, they can rent one, you said. If they do have a Steyr rifle, what other equipment do they need to bring this course? How many rounds do they need to bring? What can they expect to need to have ready to go?
Normally we shoot around 200 rounds on a 2-day course. Sorry, a 2-day shooting course and a 3-day course. We do 1 day in classroom, which is basically all the ballistics, learning how to do the bore sighting, all the technology behind shooting long range, and then we take them to the range for 2 days, and we shoot around 200 rounds, which actually it's a good number of rounds for 2 days in the range. But they need, if they have their own rifle or their own scope or their own spotting scope, they can bring it and they can test their own stuff. If they have a Steyr rifle and they want to try any kind of callus scope or Swarovski, they can find one. They can test one. So it's a good way of testing equipment, which is very upscale and high dollar, and for a very low fee. And if they love it, which normally it was happened, then they can get a very good discount on the rifle.
Perfect. No, that's good. So this first course, how far are you shooting again? You said you're getting them out to 600. Are you going a little farther than that on the first course? Are you saving that for the next one?
Yeah, it's 600 yards. The first course is up to 600 yards because we're limited because of the Talladega range.
Mm-hmm.
Talladega is only 600 yards, and it's about perfect to teach the people, any shooter, the fundamentals of shooting and how to do their own ballistics, how to run their own tables. And on the last day, they have to do a cold bore hit at 600, which for many people that never shot that far, it's very impressive. And
absolutely,
I can tell you, I'm very proud to say that not a single of my students this year missed the 10 ring on the cold bore shot at 600 yards. So I'm happy.
Good. That's a good deal.
You know how it works, Rex. You're a ballistics expert.
Oh dear, I don't know about that.
Like me. So if you do it right, the numbers match.
Yep. Yeah, you got everything dialed in right. You're all ready to go. So do you have any preferred ballistics equipment that you like to use, or software, or anything like that? What's the one that you like to use, Eduardo?
I use basically most of the, because I try to adapt to the equipment the guys are going to run. So normally what I do is I try to make them get the most of their own equipment. If they are running smartphone ballistic softwares like Strelog, JBM, whatever, I try to make them run it 120%, as much as they can.
So you're showing them how to manage all the different ballistic tools that they have at their disposal and how to best use those devices.
There are many good software around, especially they have to understand that if they just want to shoot like hunting something, many of the softwares out there might work. But if they want to really get the job done, they need to invest in good software. They can get some of the good ones, like the Hornady, the Applied Ballistics, the Lapua 60OF, and especially the one I prefer, which is Patagonia Ballistics.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard about that Patagonia Ballistics. I haven't got the chance to run it yet. I heard it's pretty smart stuff.
Yeah, it's very. Actually, it's the most complete software you can find right now. I haven't had the opportunity to test the Hornady DOF more than a few hours with it, it looks very good also. But it's very advanced. I mean, Applied Ballistics is a fantastic software because it's very well implemented in many hardware. I mean, you can have it on the Garmin, you can have it on many different hardware like laser rangefinders, the Kestrels. It works fantastic. I mean, Brian and his team has done an awesome work in getting implementation of their software on many different platforms. That's impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're smart. They got their stuff down pretty good.
Yeah, but in the end, we all have preferences on software, and sometimes it's more based. It's more than just the accuracy of the fire solution. It's the capacity of running your own tables and running software and manipulating, getting Excel outputs, so I can get the numbers and print them this way or print them that way, and make customized tables for people and for different type of shooters that they have different needs. And that's why I really like the Patagonia. I have all those capabilities.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to check that out for sure. That sounds pretty interesting. Do you have any cartridges that you would recommend if people have not yet bought a Steyr rifle but they want to come train with you, Eduardo? What kind of suggestions do you have for like a starter rifle for training, for long range shooting, for mostly just target shooting?
I'm a 308 guy. I mean, I love 308s, and I've been shooting 308s for all my life, and I've seen that the SSG-04s, the Pro Hunters with a short barrel, heavy barrel, they work fantastic. You don't have to go up to the SSG-08, which is a little too far reach on the budget for most shooters. But the Pro Hunter is very reasonable price, and it shoots impressively good with the 308. But right now, everybody's and me myself, I already have two 6.5 Creedmoors too.
Okay. Yep.
So I also fell in love with the 6.5 because the ballistics are very impressive. Mm-hmm. It shoots nice, and we have a Pro Hunter 6.5 Creedmoor that shoots impressively good, and they get very nice groups at 600. So I would say that avoid the big magnums. It's not worth to shoot 600 yards with the big magnums. Just get a good 308 with match ammunition, Hornady, Nosler, and federal gold medal, anything that really shoots tight groups, which is very easy on the Steyrs because they shoot so good any type of ammo. And if they want to go with a new breed of 6.5s, get a Creedmoor.
Sure. Now, that's something maybe some folks are not familiar with some of these brands, Eduardo. Here in the United States, a lot of guys are familiar with the two-lug designs, the Remington 700 style deals. You know, I'm kind of a sucker for those just from nostalgic purposes. But the Steyr and some of the European designs use some different systems in terms of lockup. You want to explain what Steyr has that makes them a little bit different than what American shooters are used to?
Yeah, actually, if you just Google the Steyr SSG 08 or SSG 04 and just go to, because it's a very broad coverage of all the ways that you can actually, because basically most of the rifles are based on the SBS action. It's very broad, the different models they have, but most of them are based on a multi-lug system that is very special in that it has all the barrels are indexed. You don't need to headspace the barrels. They have a special ring that will take all the pressure in case of an overpressure. That's a fantastic feature for safety. Mm-hmm. The rifles, you can basically have any kind of barrel on any kind of action. It's very custom, flexible, and they all shoot very good. The lugs are very impressively strong. You can do awesome things in terms of reloading very safely with these rifles, because the bolt will take anything.
Sure.
Anything.
And the Steyr is a battle-proven design as well, too. That's been fielded by quite a few militaries. Isn't that correct, Eduardo?
Of course. I mean, thousands and thousands. They are one of the most successful sniper rifle in the market right now. The only thing is that in the U.S. they never had a big implementation, because the U.S. is very special. They are in love with the Remington 700 design and the Remington 700 Chrones. The military buy them. Most of the police forces buy them, and they are forgetting that there are many other designs out there, like the Seiko, Security International. The only one that has been more lucky and to put their own models is Security International. The rest of the big European companies that make fantastic rifles, like Seiko and Tikka and Steyr and Fere, there are many rifles in Europe that people in the U.S. don't really know about, and they're very impressive.
Yep, absolutely. If they're using a 308 rifle, what's your favorite ammunition that you personally like to use? I know that you're pretty flexible and you use whatever you can get a hold of and works fine, but if you could get whatever ammo you would have, factory ammo, what would you use?
I'm very impressed lately with the new Hornady AccuBonds long range. Those bullets are very impressive. And the new ammunition they are coming out is absolutely impressive in performance, in speed, in ballistics. Very good, because I've been shooting for decades right now the Sierra 168s, and they didn't shoot very well if you went very far. They had some issues but normally 308s ran out of power around 800, 900 yards. But if you wanted to shoot farther out, you needed a different bullet. Mm-hmm. Right now, and normally 308s, it's very difficult to push 185s with enough speed. So it was like a little complex decision to get either a lighter bullet, 168, or getting a heavier bullet with very high pressures and Palma brass and very long barrels. So they have come with a good combination of a very high PC bullet with not very heavy, so you can still push it fast. And they're very accurate. I'm very impressed with those AccuBond long-range bullets. And
they also have a pretty good terminal performance as well for guys that might want to maybe also take down game with it and stuff like that.
It's impressive. I hunt a lot with my friends from Vergara in Spain, mm-hmm. and Rafa Carrillo, a good friend of mine. He's absolutely. He's hunting every day, and he hunts I don't know how many animals a year. He's a professional hunter, so he goes hunting every day, and he's been very successful. I've seen some of his shots at very long range with 308s. bullets that weren't supposed to be so good, and they just dropped the animal dead on. It's very impressive, those AccuPods.
And so, to get back to the class, the next class you have going on is actually here in July pretty soon, isn't it, Eduardo?
Yeah, it's just after the King of 2 Miles. It will be very. The classes are just after the King of 2 Miles from the 12th to the 14th, and then actually it's if people are thinking about it and they can do it for this July class, it's awesome. But we also have the open house at Steyr in August, which is a fantastic opportunity to visit the factory and then take the course.
Oh, fantastic! That's cool.
Be just after. So and then we have in September the 1,200 yards course, the SPR2, which if they can finish the tower for shooting 1 mile, it will be 1 mile. If not, it will be 1,200. And we have courses in October, in November, and December.
I believe that I'm trying to clear my schedule so that I can come to that one in December for sure. I definitely want to learn some more tricks awesome. from you. You're kind of the master of that deal for a long time, so I'm definitely going to try to see if I can make that October one. But for folks that want to get on and find out availability of classes, pricing, and stuff like that, where do they find where you're at, Eduardo?
They just have to Google Steyr Academy, and they will go directly to the Steyr Arms webpage, and they have all the information there. The courses are very, very nice. It's not because I run them. It's because it's a fantastic opportunity as an instructor to do the type of course I've always wanted to do. Very small classes designed to be like a personal trainer thing. When I really like, because you can change shooters forever. People come, and when they come out, they say, "Oh my God, how you changed the way I see the shooting." And that's what I like, because in the end, we do this because we love shooting, and we love sharing experience with other people, sharing the little or the much that we know about ballistics, about shooting, about living our lives with long-range shooting.
Awesome. Yeah, I look forward to coming out there to the December class. And for anyone else who wants to go meet them in July or any of the other classes, just Google the Steyr Academy. And you can take a class with Eduardo if you want to learn from Eduardo. And I would strongly recommend doing that if you're in the area or have a chance to get there. And you have fun at that King of 2 Mile. And I hope you have a good time, Eduardo.
Yeah, I mean, this last week is always crazy about preparations and getting everything together, because it's very complex to run 2 miles competitions. The camera systems are really, really complex, but we are very confident that we are able to run it perfectly, and we have some very cool stuff running. I mean, the King of 2 Miles was something that we started because of love for extreme long-range shooting, just trying to get a lot of people interested in it and having all the manufacturers devote time and money because they saw the market. Right now, we have big manufacturers making new rifles, new calibers, new optics, new everything. We see the improvement it's going to bring for rifle shooting, so I'm very happy.
Right on. Yeah, it's a heck of a time. People trying all kinds of experimental, interesting ways to think outside the box, sharing ideas, and seeing what makes it work. It's kind of the frontier of long-range shooting, is just pushing it farther and farther out there. 2 miles is an incredibly long ways to shoot. And it's not as easy as guys would think. There's all kinds of other stuff that comes into play when you're shooting that far that's totally unconventional. So it's an awesome opportunity for folks to get out there and try to take a poke at it at that distance and see how other people do and see how they got their setups all organized and such. So yeah, that's going to be a good time.
I mean, actually, you can shoot 2 miles all day long just by shooting 100 rounds until you hit it. That's not what we are trying to do.
Yeah,
we are trying to hit 2 miles cold bore. Right now, we are not able to do it because right now the technology is not there.
Getting closer every day.
We still have a way to go.
Yep.
But we have improved impressively. Right now we can confidently say that we can hit cold bore at 2,000 yards, which was unthinkable 5 years ago. and we will improve it every year. And right now, I'm confident that we will have more than one shooter that hits the cold bore at 2,500, something like that, which is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
If you see those cold bore shots, it's very impressive to see people doing those things that were considered absolutely impossible a few years ago.
Yep.
And we will do that at 2 miles. Just give us a couple more years. We'll do it.
Well, I got to make it to one of those and cover one of those. That sounds like a good time. That'd be a great video. And for folks who want to...
And see how fun, how difficult, and how challenging it is.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, Eduardo, for coming on. It's good to touch bases again, and we'll catch up with you in the future. And you have fun at the King of 2 Mile and at the Steyr Academy classes. And for folks that want to get signed up with that, go ahead and check it out at the Steyr Academy.
Thank you very much, Rex. Really, if they can come to the King of 2 Miles, they will have a lot of fun, and they will see some impressive equipment and some impressive new rifles and calibers and new technologies going on. And if they want really to see how a long range course should be, with very small classes and very focused on every different student's needs, come to the Steyr Academy. That I'm proud of being able to have the help of Steyr to make the courses the way I always wanted to make them.
Perfect. All right, Eduardo, I can't wait to come down there and meet you in December at the Steyr Academy, and we'll catch you around the campfire, buddy.
Thank you very much, Rex. Have a good day.
You really thought you'd get away with it, big guy?
Got it. Alpha 9 or Tango 1-3, this is Pirate Lizard King.
Indexing hasty solution for 7.
What in the hell are you holding?
It's not sure.
It's an MP49, it's a saw.
Target's got good cover. What's our danger space for a headshot at TRP-5?
Hi, Mom. It's me and my pals. Say hi, guys.
Yeah, dude. Oh, man.
You're shorter than I expected.
These are super.